Hello, hello! Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Amanda Dewald. I am a wife and mama of two boys, 5 and 7, with our third boy on his way. He is due on Thanksgiving this year. Today is Friday, November 20th, 2020, and this video is going to be all about my week 38 of pregnancy and different symptoms, and early labor scare. Well, I don't necessarily want to say scare, that's not really the right word, but episode, I should say, and some other things, just updates and whatnot that are going on. So thanks so much for tuning in again. If you are a repeat watcher, if you are brand spanking new, thank you for tuning in, and make sure you like and subscribe and hit the little notification bell so that you can get notified when new videos go up. So let's get started with week 38. I have quite a bit written down. It was a pretty eventful week. I am currently 39 weeks and 1 day. So baby can come at any time, but his due date is the 26th, which is actually Thanksgiving this year. So we will see if he comes early or not. My first baby, I was induced the day before my due date. Second baby was 10 days late. So we'll see what this little nugget decides. All right, so week 38, lots of symptoms. I put on here emotional outbursts, increased irritability. So, I mean, that makes sense, right? Emotional outbursts, irritability, like at the end, we're just uncomfortable, right? That's just the facts. Like, we're just uncomfortable. And it's not that we're not happy, to be uncomfortable or grateful for the life that we're carrying, but there comes a time where baby gets a little too big to be inside anymore. And so just normal everyday things feel like such a task. And especially if you're a mama with kids already, it just seems even more like crazy, like just all of the things that you can't not do, right? Like loading the dishwasher and vacuuming the floor and doing the laundry and picking things up and, putting on shoes to go places or whatever it might be. Those things that we just take for granted feel so difficult. So, I mean, it makes sense. Definitely increased like achiness, soreness, like my belly just is constantly just achy and sore, and the round ligament pain has definitely been increased. Like everything is just stretching and loosening up, and like I'll move and I'll like just feel everything shift and like crack, and it's just things are loosening up for baby to arrive, which is wonderful, but also not the most pleasant of experiences. I've definitely been having some insomnia. Sleeping has gotten a lot more difficult, although I will say the last 2 nights I slept really well. But pretty much the whole week 38, aside from the last 2 days, were pretty rough. And definitely more increased, like frequent urination in the middle of the night. Definitely increased backache, like low back. I mean, I have pretty bad back issues. Like, if you guys have been following, I see a chiropractor weekly, so I don't know if that's just me, and like because of all the extra weight I'm carrying, obviously it flares up my back. I don't know if that would necessarily be for everyone, but for me, my back has been an issue the last, couple weeks, but thank goodness for my chiropractor. She keeps me sane. I've definitely had increased in nesting. Dan and I have gotten so much done recently. And I just have been like the other day I was wiping down the walls. Like, if you know me, I don't wipe down walls. So definitely nesting. The nursery is still not anywhere near done, but that's okay. I have the bassinet. I'm actually in my bedroom right now, and I have the bassinet set up, and our bedroom is finally cleaned. I think I mentioned it in a couple of videos. I kept saying how I had to clean my bedroom. Everything is cleaned. Everything is ready for baby. So even if he comes before the nursery is done, it's not a concern. But I will share with you when we finish the nursery. So I washed a whole bunch of baby stuff, including like the cloth diapers are finally washed. clothes, blankets, crib sheets, towels, all that stuff. So I was doing a lot of, again, nesting. I was putting off packing my bag, but I finally did that because of the scare that we had on Tuesday, which I'll talk to you about. So, or I keep calling it a scare. I don't know what to call it, but like episode, whatever. So my bag is finally packed. Yes, I am having a home birth, but for those of you who are new to my channel or haven't seen any of my other videos, so with a home birth where we are, we have two options. They can come to your home or you can birth at the midwife's, it's like her work, right? So it's technically not classified as a birth center. And it's not a hospital, so it is considered a home birth, but it's not at my home. And so some people might ask, like, why do you choose that? And the reason being, I could do a whole video really on why we choose home birth versus hospital birth, because I have had a hospital birth. So if you're interested in that, I've had both already. So if you're interested in a video like that, let me know in the comments and I'd be happy to do a video for you. But for this birth, we chose to do the home birth out of home, right? And the reason for that is A, our house is pretty small. B, I have two boys, 5 and 7, who are very curious and very loud and rambunctious, and I love them dearly, but I just don't think that I would be able to. When I birth, I like really get in my zone. Like I really just need to like focus. I don't want anyone touching me. I don't want anyone talking to me. Like I just get in the zone. And I think that that would be very difficult with my children here. And we have 4 cats, 2 of whom are kittens, and they're crazy. And I just like seeing the little things, like seeing a laundry pile in the corner, or knowing that like, are the kids okay, or whatever. I don't want those distractions. I know myself, and I know that that's what I would like for my birth, so that is what I have chosen. So when the time comes, we'll, let our doula know, let our midwife know, and then we will labor as long as possible at home, and then we will make the drive to the midwives, which is about 20 to 25 minutes away, so it's not a far drive. And if for whatever reason we are laboring at home and I'm talking on the phone with the midwives and they feel like we're not gonna make it there, they will just come to the house. And it would be a true home birth, right? So anyway, so just to clear that up. So my bag is packed for that. Not that I need a lot, because you literally go there, I just heard a crash. I don't know what my children are doing. Oh gosh. Oh, hopefully they're okay. I don't hear any crying. Where was I going with this? Pregnancy brain is legit. Oh, I think it was the magnet tiles. Where was I? Oh, so we'll go there, we'll have the baby, and then I think last time we were there for about 3 hours afterward, and then you go home. So which is really nice. It's not like I'm gonna have to stay in hospital for days or whatever. I will be home the same day that I give birth to the baby. Okay, so bag is packed. Oh, and I didn't mention in the last video. In the last video, I did have my GBS test results, but I didn't share them because I just forgot. So I actually was negative, which was a huge relief, because I think I mentioned I was positive with my first birth. I was negative with my second, and now thankfully negative again with this one. So I don't have to worry about them trying to push antibiotics or anything like that. I have been definitely noticing decreased movement with baby. Nothing like of concern at all. I still know he's there. I still know he's fine. He's still making his, however many movements an hour or whatever. But he's calmed down a lot, which is really amazing, because he was very active for like the last 3 weeks or so. He was so active. It was like I was getting irritable and uncomfortable because he just was constantly moving, constantly pushing, constantly doing this or that. And I was like, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't do anything. And so the last week or so, he's been a lot more calm. And I think because he's getting ready to come. Definitely tons of lightning crotch. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't know, maybe you haven't experienced it, but you'll know it when you feel it. It literally feels like a sharp shooting pain going through your vagina. So it's really not fun, but I've been having a ton of it. Tons of Braxton Hicks, tons of lightning crotch, tons of just like aching, soreness. Like baby's definitely getting ready. Next, I will tell you about what happened on Tuesday. Hey friends. So I just wanted to give you a little update on what happened last night. So today is Wednesday, November 18th. Tomorrow's my birthday. And last night on November 17th, I was having lots of contractions. So the contractions started around dinner time and progressively got worse and worse. It was to the point where, like, cleaning up after dinner and getting the boys in bed, I was really irritable because I was just super uncomfortable. And then after we laid them down, I told my husband, I was like, maybe we should start timing these. Like, they're pretty regular and they've been going on for at least an hour now already. Actually, I think it was like a 2-hour time frame from the time we finished dinner to when the boys went to bed. So we laid down on the bed and timed them for an hour, and they were consistently coming. They were lasting about a minute and a half, and they were coming every like 5 to 8 minutes. And so at that point I was like, maybe this is it. Like, maybe baby is coming. And they were definitely pretty intense. Like, some of them were mild, and then others I was like, ooh, like that is really painful. So I was thinking, like, maybe baby really is coming. So Dan took a shower. We made sure that my bag is packed. Pardon this hair. I'm like a mess. I haven't showered yet. And I'm super tired today. So anyway, so that went on. We called, after an hour of consistent contractions, we texted our doula just to give her a heads up. And we also called the midwife. And it was after hours, so she called us back, and, she was like, I don't really think, I would be surprised if something happens, but she's like, keep me updated. And I told her, I was like, I know, like, I just wanted to give you a heads up just in case it does progress so that you're aware, like, this is what's going on. Well, within a half an hour, I would say maybe an hour of calling the midwife and letting the doula know and letting my mom know, who's on call, to take care of the kiddos, like, everything stopped. So I was really excited last night, and like trying not to get excited because I knew there was a good possibility that it probably wasn't really labor, but it definitely was the most intense I've had so far, and it was very consistent. Like, the last time I had that, I think I mentioned to you guys like in 3 videos ago, that I was up in the middle of the night, but those weren't like consistent. These ones were very consistent. So I was like, maybe baby's really coming. But he's not. He's not here, and I'm still pregnant. And we ended up going to bed early just in case. And I woke up a few times, like 2 times in the middle of the night, with some pretty intense cramps and contractions, and that was it though. And then it wasn't consistent, and I was able to sleep really well. So I got a good night's sleep, although I don't look like it. And I'm starting to get really tired now. It's like mid-morning. And I've had some contractions this morning, again, pretty intense, but not consistent like they were last night. So I'm just going to take it easy today. I might even take a bath or something, just kind of relax. And I'm only 38 weeks and 6 days. So I still have, quite a bit of time. Baby could come up to 2 weeks late. So I still have some time, but a part of me is hoping that he will decide to come early. Lots of people are guessing he's going to come tomorrow on my birthday. So I don't know. We will see, and I will keep you guys updated. So that was the whole Tuesday episode. And then all day on Wednesday, I just felt like super irritable, super crampy, super tired. I took like 3 naps on Wednesday. So whatever was going on, my body was definitely doing something. And then on Thursday, which was my birthday, I had the most amazing birthday. I felt so wonderful. My children, my husband, my friends were so good to me. My husband had scheduled me a prenatal massage earlier in the week for my birthday, and it had to be canceled, and I was really kind of bummed about it. And so my girlfriends scheduled me a massage for my birthday, so I got to go for a massage on my birthday, which was really nice and relaxing. My husband just like treated me like a queen the whole day. Like, I got all my favorite stuff. It was really, really nice. And a whole bunch of people thought baby was going to come on my birthday, but he did not. He is still not here. And so on Thursday though, I had a midwife appointment. And so she was like, I saw that you called. It was a different midwife. There's two there. And she was like, I saw that you called, and I explained everything to her. And she told me that everything I'm explaining to her is very like common, and lots of women experience it, which I was beginning to realize because I've been watching a lot of like YouTube vlogs and stuff, and it seems like a lot of people go through this. I never experienced it because with my first, like I said, I was induced, so I didn't have any of that. And my second, I had Braxton Hicks, but like the first time I ever felt anything that was more than a Braxton Hick, I was actually in labor, and everything went very quickly. So to me, I was like, I don't know what the heck is going on. So she told me, she said, the bad news is, or bad news, right? That it could go on for days or even weeks. Some women experience it, which is a super big bummer. Let's hope that it doesn't go on for weeks. So then she said the good news though is that typically, she's like, I'm not making any promises or anything like that, but she said typically when those things happen, your body is making cervical changes. So either dilating or thinning or, all of those things, baby moving down. And she said, typically it results in quicker, easier labors when you're actually in active labor. So I will take that. Let's hope that that's the case. And as far as like, do I know if I'm effaced or dilated or anything? I do not, because my midwives do not check. If I asked them to check, they would. But my personal opinions and feelings about that are, I personally, unless there's like a medical reason why you need to be checked, I feel like all it does is cause the mom anxiety, like cause the pregnant woman anxiety. Because I remember with my first, I was at like 1 or 2 centimeters for quite a while. And it was like, I was uncomfortable. I was ready for him to come. And I kept going in, and they kept saying like, oh, you're, because I had an OB with my first pregnancy, you're 1 centimeter or 2 centimeters or whatever. And I kept thinking like, oh, baby's coming. And he wasn't. I mean, he was getting ready, but you can be dilated for weeks. So I just would rather not know. And I'm just like letting it, giving it up to the universe, God, whoever, and letting my body do its thing. I keep talking with baby and telling him like, I'm ready. Whenever you're ready to come, I am ready. Like, we're ready to meet you. Everything is here. Like, you're safe and you're loved. And, just keep talking with him. I keep doing meditations. I've been taking a lot of baths, just to really let him know and connect with him that when it's time and when he's ready, because I don't want him to come before he's ready, but when he's ready, I am ready, and that can be any day. So hopefully that will be sooner rather than later, but it really is not up to me. It really is up to baby, and my midwife will let me go up to 2 weeks past my due date. So technically I could be pregnant until December 10th. So I could still have a while to go. The only other thing is, at my midwife appointment, I did mention to her, I've been having a lot of extra fluids down there, which I understand in the 3rd trimester, like that is very normal to have more fluids. And she said the same thing. She said, a lot of times you're getting more increased discharge because your body is pushing out so that no bacteria is getting in, right? Because especially if you're dilating and things like that, we don't want anything, getting up to the baby. So you'll have more increased cervical fluid. And so I told her, I said, my only concern is that, like, I don't think it's amniotic fluid, but a lot of times it's like really watery, and it'll just be like a quick gush. And it's just like watery, has no scent. And so I was like, I'm just like slightly concerned that maybe like I have a slow leak or something like that. And so we did a test to see if there was any cervical fluid, and the test came back negative. So that was a big relief too, knowing like it's just normal fluids coming out. You know, my water has not broken yet. And with my first, my water didn't break. It did break on its own, but it didn't break until like a few hours after they had started the induction. And it was like a huge gush. It was like a pop and then a huge gush. And with my second, my water didn't actually break until I started pushing. Like the first push that like after I was already 10 centimeters dilated, my first push, my water broke, and it was again a loud pop. So I would assume that I will know when my water breaks and it will be something similar, but then again, you never know. And they always say the third baby's the wild card. So anything can happen. But I would assume from past experiences, that's how it will go for me. But anyway, I think I'm just running through my list real quick. I think that was pretty much it for week 38. I know that was a lot. That was kind of a long video. So if you actually stuck to the end, thanks for watching. I hope this is helpful. I would love to hear how your pregnancy is going or how your past pregnancies have gone, like what your experiences were around 38, 39 weeks pregnant, because I love just connecting with mamas and hearing, you know, their stories and seeing like, you know, what's similar, what's different, things like that. And now I will go ahead and give you a bump shot. So this is again a 39 week and 1 day bump. Here is the belly. Sorry you can't see my face. There's it from the side. And the other side. And then we'll lift things up so you can actually see the belly. I actually have jeans on, which is crazy because I feel like I haven't worn jeans in forever. Look at how nuts, how crazy, baby's getting so big. Hopefully not too big. But anyway, so that is the baby bump. And again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you next week.